Um, my topic today is in the midst of storm, the opportunity is passing by. In the midst of storm, the opportunity is passing by. The question is, what is a storm? A storm is something like when you experience failure. It's like when you are falling sick, or when you have a sudden illness or anything, or something, a relationship breakdown, or a different kind of thing, something that really worried you, or when you must have spent all your money, or you don't have money, or you don't have anybody to help you. These are the storms in our life. So when you experience this storm, don't give up, because beyond that storm, opportunity is passing by. This thing is demonstrated with the story of Peter walking, stepping out of the boat. It's also demonstrated with the story of the prodigal son, and it's also demonstrated with the story of Saul, who became Paul, the greatest apostle. So these are ways, with these stories, you are well armed to deal with any consequences, any difficult problem you face. See, the storm is meant to strip you of all the non-essentials. Your failure is meant to strip you non-essentials, the things that you don't really need. So all these things, or when you are sick, or when you recover from sickness, these are meant to correct you, to make you understand, to get settled in your own core values. And when you are stripped up with your friends, your money, and other things, then it will be down on you that look at where I stand. And from that place, you start building up. Like a mustard seed, you start from the core, you start building up. And in that process, you become unstoppable. So that is why when you face a storm, be happy that the opportunity is passing by. It's just like you have to grab the opportunity passing by. You have to look beyond and assess the opportunity that is passing by. The story of Paul showed us that when he had a storm, when God stormed him, he understood he was nobody, and he was stripped of all the powers, all the things that belonged to him. He had no other thing than to believe in the core value of what he believes about spreading of the gospel of God, or about his purpose. Look at the story of prodigal son. The prodigal son, after spending all his money and got lost, so it became very clear to him that, look, everything is gone. He was stripped of all the belonging, all the one he got in front of his father. And nobody told him, look, time has come for you to stand up and believe in your value and get back to your father and get back to your purpose. These are the stories of the prodigal, the stories of a storm in our lives. Sometimes you feel sick, and after recovering, you begin to understand that, look, you are alone. Everything you can do is only based on what you can do. And if you don't do anything, then nothing will happen. And that time you start recovering and start getting up to face the challenges. Sometimes you fail, and when you fail woefully, you realize that you've been stripped of all your money, stripped of all your friends, stripped of all the things that you felt you had, or that were blocking your way. And at that core point is the time you find out your purpose. At that core point is the time you find out where you belong to. And immediately you speed up and you start rising and moving up. Going up, and up. And that is the way to succeed in life. The storm is not meant to weaken you, but it's meant to teach you a lesson. It's meant to let you know, so that you could be able to find your core purpose in life. So it's just like me, when I fell sick, was the time it dawned on me, look, I need to do something. And after that very incident, I never looked back. I kept on soldiering. So is any other person in the history of the world. Sometimes you experience a breakdown in relationship, or in marriage, or other things, and then it will be down on you. Look, you need to stand up on your feet and start moving. So the storm is not meant to break you down. It's meant to assess you, to make you have the opportunities that are passing by. Look at Paul. Look at Peter. They were in the boat after several storms and difficulties on the way, from the 4 o'clock in the evening to 4 o'clock in the early morning. They had trouble time. So when the trouble became so unbearable, then Jesus Christ was passing by. And it was then he saw Jesus Christ and asked him, Lord, if it is you, let me walk. And immediately started walking. So this is the way the storm brings you, exposes you to an opportunity which you thought that never existed. So when you encounter storm, remember this is the opportunity time. This is the time you capitalize on the opportunity, because it provides you, it makes you wake, it makes you understand where you belong to. It makes you understand that, look, you are nobody, that you better start holding yourself. It wakes you up from the fantasy and the other things you experience in life. So that is what storm makes up. Storm is not meant to destroy you. Difficulty is not meant to destroy you. It's meant for you to capitalize on, to build on your own person. So the difference between successful people and the people who are not successful, that the successful people always look at the gift. They always look at the giver. They don't look at the gift. They don't pay very too much attention on the gift. They pay attention on the giver. So if you watch the history of all successful people, they pay attention on the giver. In as much as you pay attention on the gift, you must pay more attention on the giver, because most of the time why we fail in life that we pay attention on the gift. And we fail to realize that, look, somebody was the giver. Look at the story of the 3 talents. The one that was given the least talents was focusing on the gift. He was really not happy with the giver. He hated the giver. And as soon as he hated the giver, he had no understanding that that gift is like a mustard seed. It's like something that he can build upon. He went and buried it inside the ground. And most of us don't look at the giver. They only concentrate on the gift. And when they look at it, they say, oh, the gift is very small. They don't know who gave them that gift. Until you learn how to look at a giver rather than at the gift, it will be very difficult for you to succeed. So what I'm talking today is about the storm. The storm is an opportunity. It is when you look at it beyond what you're seeing, then you see success, you see progress, you see great opportunity passing by. So today, learn that when you experience storm like failure, breakdown in your marriage or in your relationship, or you lost your job, or you are made redundant, that is the time you've been stripped of all the things you have. And then opportunity is now left for you to build on your core values, which are your purpose, your vision, which is necessary. Thank you.